What is up, guys? Today I'll be reading all of the items notes, which are like the lore for the game and the items themselves. Get ready for a lot of bad pronunciation of big words. If you like this content, please consider subscribing. And if you want to see more of me reading the notes and finding out more lore about the game and talking about it, please let me know down in the comments. I will do it if even just one person is like, hey, you should do it. And I'll be like, hey, okay. But with that, let's get right into it. Also, the scrap items are all the same. The notes are all the same for that. But with that, I'm going to actually start reading it now. Start with the first one right here. Luckily, no one was hurt during the shootout. Just a few rough characters at the bar by the docks. Nothing we couldn't handle. Jamie took a shot to his shoulder, but the armor took all the impact. We need to order him a replacement part before he can go back out in the field. The segmented design is nice because I don't have to shell out the cash for a whole new set. Frankly, the station's coffers have seen better days. The next time a rookie damages their equipment, they might be looking at a desk job for a while. The locker combination is 33941. Inside the package, besides the standard equipment, you will find the brooch. The appearance of this item is meant to blend in at the party. Pin it to your body and the software inside will map your extents. Activation will briefly cover you in ultra basic shielding. When you have taken out the target, the shield will switch on to protect you from any immediate retaliation measures they have installed in the security system. If the time frame is not enough to make your escape, the shield can be reactivated, but we'd like to keep casualties to a minimum. Good luck. Why do you sign up? Wyatt's voice was bored. The mission to the contact light's last known's location was taken longer than he expected. Malik was on the floor, cleaning her rifle. To get paid mostly. And that's it? She grunted in affirmation. Affirmation? She continued to wipe down the weapon. I'm here to find something, he continued. I shipped it a few years back, but I don't think it made it before the train went down. I'm guessing it's still in the contact light, so I'm going to get it back. She began to tighten the last remaining bolts, her routine near completion. She moved her gaze to Wyatt. Seriously? Yep. Malik raised her brow. There were over 7 million security chests in that contact light. The chance of you finding a specific one is impossible. She began to unfold her legs as she propped her rifle into the corner, and according to the distress beacon, the contact light was destroyed in orbit. Your shipment is probably floating around in space. It's all gone, Wyatt. He grinned. I think I'm gonna find it. You're terrible. The following is an audio transcript from the trial of D. Cooper, wanted for 5 counts of serial manslaughter. Mr. Cooper, do you recognize this item? I do. Is it true that you use this weapon on your victims? Yes. And Mr. Cooper, is it true that you use this dagger to expose the healed wounds of your victims in an attempt to spill yet more innocent blood from them? Oh yes. Was my favorite part. Your favorite part, you say. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I think you all can see that Mr. Cooper is a truly deranged man who took the lives of countless innocent people. However, if you're not fully convinced, I have one more piece of evidence to provide for the jury's consideration. Your Honor, if I may prepare an audio recording of Mr. Cooper, proceed. Thank you, Your Honor. Now, please play back the recording. The remainder of this court transcript has been sealed. Reason, I think I'm going to be sick. Alright, just to be clarified, these rounds aren't faulty. Heck, I'd say they're better than the standard, but that's kind of the problem. I don't know if it was a new shipment of materials or a problem with the assembly line, but these rounds are supposed to pierce armor, not pierce through the armor. 5 feet or... not pierce through the armor, 5 feet of reinforced concrete, a few warehouses, and an armored truck. Could you guys look into this so we don't violate any Geneva Conventions or anything? What? I didn't see was... Dang it. Crap. This is to be expected. What I didn't see was that the golem was aiming its lasers at my back. I managed to barely dodge it, just by pure luck. But the blast knocked me to the ground. My glasses flew off my face and I was on my back, stunned, barely able to make sense of myself. And then, well, I can't really explain what happened next. Adrenaline? Some kind of divine intervention? I don't know. But I reached out and managed to grab my glasses, raise them up to my eyes so I could see, and bam, fired the last of my bullets. And well, I guess I managed to hit something vital in its head, exploded it in red stone and glass. It stopped moving after that. If it wasn't for that shot, I wouldn't be here telling the story. Signal echoes UES contact light. Hey, toss me a crowbar. Jessie walked over to a toolbox and rummaged around. Plucking a crowbar from the container, she went over to James. Thanks, he grunted. Attempting to pry the chest open, Jessie sat herself on the table next to James, idly watching him work. I swear this had to be one chest that can't be paid open. Crash must have broken the circuitry inside. James mumbled to himself. Yeah. Jessie looked around, her eyes failing on a pallet of chests that had been recovering from their recent expeditions. Sighing, she hopped to her feet. I'm heading to the mess hall. Want anything? Yeah. How about a better crowbar? This thing is the only second edition. James stretched, tossing the crowbar over his shoulder. Patting the still unopened chest, he chuckled. It's good, but to be honest, it's getting a little old. Jessie laughed. It's gonna take forever. Hey, happy anniversary. You thought I'd forget? I thought I was the dumb one in a relationship. Come on, T. Of course not. Well, I wasn't going to let a little alien death planet ruin our night, right? Shh. Just watch. Just watch. It's okay. Just watch. You'll love it. You really will. Then we can go home. You can keep your eyes closed. Just listen. Here it comes. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quality Saturnine bison meat, 10 pounds, treated with special antibiotics to ensure exceptional growth, shelf life, and texture. One of the most crucial things to remember about having an animal companion is that your relationship is built on trust. Though humans are perceptive, we tend to be blind by what we see, and we ignore the dangers that lurk beyond our vision. Animals and other xenobiology can sense things we can't. So always remember, if your companion warns you of danger in the dark, you'd better listen. Caring for your pets, Volume 3. Where's 2 and 1? A hoof from one of many goats. I noticed one day that one of my goats had an abnormally large foot. Thinking it was cancerous, I went to the doctors and lo and behold, it was. My goat died shortly after. RIP to Paul's goat hoof. Or just a paw, I guess. It'd be Paul. Man, 1. Do you think they're going to come for us? Man, 2. They'll try. It's going to be a very long while. Man, 1. What? Why? Man, 2. A long while. Even if they know where to look, we'd be months out from the nearest port. And that's if they even have any ships as fast as ours. FTL ships are very rare nowadays. Months? What do you mean if they know where? What about the other ships on our shipping routes? We weren't on the route, Fire Pops. What? We should have been halfway to Procron by the time we crashed, but we weren't. The ship never announced it was slowing down either. So that'll make triangulating our position even harder. Man, I don't get it. Who would take a UES train off course? That's completely insane. I don't know. Only the captain does. There's no reason to slow down in this star system. There's not even supposed to be a habitable planet out here. Sizzling. The looks cooked to me. Can vouch for how it tastes, but we have to eat. I can't think right now. I'm not hungry. Eat. We've got a lot of traveling to do tomorrow, and we'll need to keep our strength. Sure. Okay. Do you think it's poisonous? Eat. I suggest you stay indoors and rest. Med-E, the medical bot, has been working overtime. The survivors felt very grateful that their escape pod landed near Med Bay cargo. They would have most likely perished without it. I suggest you stay indoors and rest. The robot was speaking to a tall man, gaunt but strong. I'd love to, but we're running low on food. Even though his expression was hidden underneath his blue combat helmet, it was obvious the man was extremely tired, and then everyone else is recovering from the last night's attack. Without the enforcers, we probably wouldn't have. I suggest you stay indoors and rest. It was apparent that Med-E only had a limited set of lights. However, the man continued to respond, I can't, Med-E. They're counting on me. You know that. I suggest you stay indoors and rest. This time, the man did not humor a reply. Grabbing the shotgun, he turned away from the echoing robot, weaving his way between the countless sleeping bags and stretchers. He sat out into the wilderness again. Everyone was counting on him. Please stay indoors and rest. Man's gotta go. Yes! The fungus. Redacted. You have a problem. What? How? These are good for me. They help promote cell repair, carbon neutral, blah blah blah. I've heard that spiel 1,000 times already. Whether they're good for you or not, you can't just have a diet consisting only of them. It's basic dietary science. So what? So what? Eating only mushrooms isn't healthy, just like eating only meat or vegetables isn't healthy. Oh, so you're attacking vegetarians now? What? No, I just mean, well, when you're a bit more tolerant of my lifestyle, I'd be glad to continue this conversation with you. Until then, I suggest you open your heart and appetite to a more fungal palate. Hope they don't up the price for this thing. I haven't had troubles with UES before, but I never had to ship a crystal this far before. Let me know if the package is marked as heavy when you get it. While the kinetic rating was very poor, the extremely cheap production cost of Hinan's personal barrier made it a great budget tool for hikers, sailors, and even daily commuters to be comfortable in harsh weather. Many people in the office figured out that they could replace their expensive winter jackets with comfortable, trendy personal barriers. Top 10 best personal barriers of 2053. That'll be my next video. Oh, yeah, I'll read this one. While officially licensed materials are always recommended, hobbyists are known to take matters into their own hands when in a pinch. Don't have any materials up to par? Make your own. Recycling old parts can be a fun way to create materials for your project. The ultimate hobby guide, kit bashing, and 3D printing. Just a bunch of shipping stuff. Bill to Captain, redacted. Note from Cinder. You're going on a hunting trip or something. I'd never seen anyone order this much ammo before. Yeah, so this is the energy drink that people were mixing during that disaster in Majora Minor a few weeks ago. A quick toxology test on some of the victims has come back positive for all kinds of stuff, really. Methadone, psilocybin, tetrahydrocannabinol, a variety of opiates, benzodiazepines, barbiturates, amphetamines. The list just goes on and on and on. Radical Drinks is insisting that none of these were from their energy drinks, which I find pretty unlikely. Maybe they really know how to party in Violet Heights, huh? NRG. In the blaring heat, a silhouette could be seen. Hiding in the cool shade of a nearby cave, she was waiting for the sandstorm to pass. She heard a noise and turned around, and recognizing another silhouette. It bounded into the cave with excitement as the figure got closer. She alarmingly noticed the cargo. Whoa, what the hell? Why are you holding like 50 bombs? Get away from me. What? We need these. This planet is trying to kill us. You're a walking bomb. Those are so unstable. Get away. Where do you even find those things? I found an industrial 3D printer nearby, and it was assigned to the blueprints of these bombs. Awesome, right? Unlimited bombs. What materials? Huh? What materials did you put in? We barely have anything. I just put in everything. Oh my gosh. Okay. Inventory duty. I swear, this must be the most boring position ever. Two crewmates stood in the cargo bay, doing a routine check of the items gathered from the contact light's wreckage. Some of us are out there having adventures and fighting aliens, and I'm stuck in here counting dusty knickknacks. What a bummer. The other crewmates idly tapped at their devices as their colleague rummaged through a container of recovered items. Can agree there. The contact light had millions of items in transit. It's like the collage of people's interests from all across the galaxy. The other crew members scoffed. Oh yeah? That's really inspiring. Keep telling these stories. Maybe I'll make this go by quicker. You just need to look at this from a different angle. There's so much cool stuff in here. Like, for example, the worker took something out of the container. Glancing over at their colleague, the worker stiffened. What the? Is this a grenade? The worker laughed, tossing the dusty, dirty grenade from hand to hand. Yeah, don't worry. This thing was damaged in the crash sea, completely harmless. Holding the grenade up, a large dent was visible in its hull. Man, I wonder what kind of model this is. I was always super interested in, like, weaponry and stuff. Looks to be a flashbang, old model. They don't make these anymore. They don't make these things anymore. The other worker was not so thrilled. I still don't think you should play with that. That's not a toy. Squinting, the other worker realized in horror that the defunct grenade had no pin. Dude, put that thing down, there's no pin. Huh? Oh, come on. Stop being such a buzzkill. This thing is busted beyond repair. It can't even detonate. Not even if we were to say, bang it against this table. Watch, I'll show you. They were both admitted to the medical bay shortly after. I ain't much for drugs, but hell, when fortune is knocking, ya gotta greet that door with a smile and a nod. Salute. Signal echoes UES contact light. Hey, nice duds. Where do you grab those? Oh, this old thing? I've been making it, actually. Making it? Yeah, well, I found the first tooth in one of these chests, but every time we go out on patrol, we typically run into more of those aliens. Once we take care of them, I try to pick myself out a souvenir, you know, to add to my collection. Wow, is that, like, allowed? I feel like that's not allowed. What the captain doesn't know won't hurt him. Besides, it is cool, right? I guess so. I'll be honest, man, that's creepy as hell, but hey, do you have any more string? I might start one of my own. I don't trust UESC. Not one bit. Their security chests full of overrides and backdoors. I've got a cousin working in their factory, and they've got all kinds of weird things going in those chests. I've seen so many of them in auctions for the lost and unclaimed ones, and you just pay money, and in spring it opens on the spot. Are you kidding me? Anyways, I'm sending you exactly what I said I would, but it's too important to leave the security up to UESC, so I'm sending the key to you. The lockbox to Margaret, and like a two-factor authentication. Let me know when you get this. What's next? This. Heavy losses were expected. After all, the invaders were as cunning as they were deadly. The dust had at last settled. The golems had returned to Earth, and the Lemurians had returned to their tunnels. It was a long and grueling battle, but they had won. The invaders had been purged. The only proof of their last stand was a single banner, fluttering in the wind, flying over a mountain of corpses. That is it for this video. If you want to see more, like I said, let me know. I probably will continue it just because I didn't get as far as I wanted to. I didn't realize how long it would have actually taken to do all of them, which is what I was originally trying to do. But I will do the rest of them if one of you guys want me to. Thanks for watching. Like I said, consider subscribing, liking. If you don't like it, dislike it. It's up to you. And that is all. See you in the next one.